So in this problem now we have a more complicated example of finding the center and radius when we're given the equation of a circle, in this case in general form. It's where it goes in descending order of exponents of x and y down to the constant. Now in order to get from general form to standard form so that we can graph this circle, we're going to have to complete the square for both the terms that involve x and the terms that involve y. And we're going to have to remember to uh, what we do to one side, we're going to have to do to the other. So whatever constants we add in order to complete the square, we're going to have to add to the other side. So let's go ahead and put our terms that involve x and terms that involve y together and move the constant to the right-hand side. So that's going to give us x squared plus, minus 6x plus y squared minus 8y equals -9. So how do we complete the square? If you remember, we want that constant so we can make a perfect square with our x and y terms. So we're going to divide the coefficient on x by 2 and then square it and then add that to our terms. So with x squared minus 6x, -6 divided by 2 is -3, and then -3 squared is 9. So we're going to add 9. So x squared minus 6x plus 9. We're going to go ahead and underline that so we remember what we did. Plus, now we're going to do the same thing with y. We can go ahead and put these in parentheses as well. So with y, we have y squared minus 8y, and then -8 divided by 2 is -4 squared is plus 16. Plus 16, let's underline that so we don't forget, equals -9. We added 9 to the left side, so we have to add 9 to the right side of the equation. We added 16 to the left side of the equation, so we need to add 16 to the right side of the equation. So now we have perfect squares. We can change this to our standard form of a circle by recognizing in completing the square, x squared minus 6x plus 9, that is x minus 3 squared. Plus y squared minus 8y plus 16, that is y minus 4 squared. And then -9 plus 9 is 0, and we're left with 16 on the right-hand side. So what does that tell us? That tells us our center, HK, equals 3, 4. And that tells us r squared equals 16, which means that r equals 4. So we plot our center at 3, 4. And then we go 4 because that's our radius in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our quarter circles between each set of points, in order at least, is going to give us this circle. And if we wanted to check, we have the points 3, 3, 8, 3, 0, and then we also have 7, 4, and -1, 4. If this is the correct circle, we could take all of those points, plug them into our original equation, and it should make the equation true. So again, given the equation of a circle in general form, x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 8y plus 9, we group x terms and y terms, terms that involve x, because it's squared for our first one, and same thing with y. So terms that involve x together, terms that involve y together, move the constant to the right-hand side. Then complete the square for our x terms and our y terms separately, remembering to add what we need to both sides in the process. Whatever we do on the left-hand side to complete the square, we need to add on the right-hand side of the equation. That gives us our standard form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So we have the center and the radius, and then we can plot it using the center and the radius.